Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to do another Aetherdrift draft. But before we get into that, a couple quick announcements. I noticed in the MTG Arena announcements that there's going to be some drafting available for other formats coming up soon. One being Premier Drafts of Duskmourn, and another being Quick Drafts of Foundations. If you guys are interested in seeing either of those, leave a comment in the comment section letting me know that. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to continue with Aetherdrift because I am enjoying this set. But I know I only have a few Duskmourn drafts and I have no Foundations drafts, so those could be good to get some more drafting variety in. Alright, we open the Lumbering World Wagon. This card is good. And it's going to be the pick. We had that last time. If it wasn't here and this was just some junk rare, I would take the Spike Shell Harrier and try to go into a blue-based artifact deck. I still want to do the Pact Altera deck. There's also Ride's End, Fang Guardian, Gestal Thrill Seeker. Those are all very decent cards. But yeah, nothing here beats the World Wagon, so we'll take the World Wagon and we'll be happy with it. Alright. I think I'm going to take the Ride's End here. It's either that or the Nesting Bot. The Nesting Bot tries to be more aggressive and artifacty. We don't know if we're going to be that yet. Overall, a kind of weak pack. There's also Spectral Interference, which I am a fan of. But we'll just take the Ride's End. Solid removal spell. Winter Cursed Rider. And no green to speak of. Well, I'm going to take the Winter and maybe we do blue-black. This thing is not an artifact, which is notable. You can exile artifacts from your graveyard. Each other non-artifact creature is -X/-X until end of turn. It has a ward cost. We'll take it. We'll see what comes of it. Now we're getting a 4th pick Lightning Strike. There's also Engine Rat, which would be a fine card to pick up here too. I'm more interested in the Engine Rat than taking another color. We'll leave red open for someone else. And the green cards are just not super impressive, but one card I do like is the Wreckage Wickerfolk. So let's pick that up. There's also a Pride of the Road here. But we're kind of leaning more into blue-black, with a pack that has no blue or black cards in it. This Lotus Guard Disciple has been kind of kicking my butt on a couple of occasions. Let's take that. Now we get a Collision Course, a late Unswerving Sloth. We're going to take the Sloth here. There's Trip Up, Oil Gorger I do like. Boosted Sloop. We could have been blue-red. Oh, we're going to pass that. We'll take another Ride's End. Oh. We have a Thopterist. We just haven't been seeing blue. Let's take Ride's End. It'll be some sort of white deck. Pick 9. I think the Armory could be fine. as a one of. Another Lotus Guard Disciple, sure. Clog up the ground and win in the air. That's the plan we're going with. I am really not a fan of Interface Ace. So I guess I'll take the land here. We'll speculate on a splash. Here's a card I've been wanting to try out. The Light Wheel Enhancements. Bright Glass Gearhulk. Well, maybe we're just green-white. It is a mythic rare. There is a non-zero chance the Veteran Beast Rider comes back to us, especially because this pack is stacked. Look at this. Haunt the Network, Memory Guardian, Spin Out. There's some good stuff in here. We're going to take the Gearhulk. This could also turn on our green World Wagon. And maybe we are just green-white. In which case we're going to want to take the Scurryfoot here. And I think we're going to lock into green-white. It's not like we're losing too many other things here. Most of what we picked was white. There's Far Fortune, the End Boss. Bestow Greatness. I've heard that you want this card in a green-white deck. I'm not going to be white-black with this. No. Just as a card that lets you keep attacking. Man, this is turning into a rough draft. We've got some good white-black cards here. I mean, we're not necessarily green. There's a Pride of the Road. I do like that card. Canyon Vaulter, okay. Green has apparently dried up again. Oh, but we do get a Beast Rider Vanguard. There's Dune Drifter. I think I would rather try the Bright Glass Gearhulk. Here's a Collision Course, which I'll take that as removal. Loxodon Surveyor or Bright Fang Mustang. I'll take the Surveyor. It helps get our engine started. Ticket Tortoise, we're hopefully not playing that in this deck. Another Light Wheel Enhancements. I don't know that we want two of those. I'll take the Cove. We have seen like almost no green in this draft. Wait, we got a Mythic. A Mythic and not much for our deck, so we'll just take the Mythic here. The Last Ride. And is there a world where I could still be black? Possibly. Let's see what comes up here. Well, we've got Scurryfoot. We've got Quagfeast. We've got Dune Drifter. But I'm just going to take the Scurryfoot here. Oh, here we go. Spectacular Pile-Up. Everything loses indestructible, then destroy everything. Yeah, that can be a nice way to reset the board if things go horribly wrong. I don't see anything here that would push us back into black. We're not splashing anything. We have a glider here. This is kind of the deck for the glider. Another Scurryfoot over a Ride's End. I think so. I'm actually going to take the Scrap Compactor here, because it's another thing we can fetch with the Break Glass Gearhulk. Another Sloth. Good. Marshall's Path Cruiser. Let's take this card. I haven't tried it yet. It can fix our mana. Crew 5 is kind of a lot, but we have 3 Scurryfoots that'll help us. And we have the other armory. Well, let's take Country Roads. That could help us as well. Light Shield Parry. There's potential for that as well. And another Bestow Greatness. Okay. We have a deck that's coming together. I've drafted no copies of that, huh? I will say we don't have a lot of 2-drops, but we do have 3 Scurryfoots. Oh, the vault is ready to be opened. We'll do that later. Right now we have 3 cuts to make. 14 creatures. I'm going to cut a Bestow Greatness. Keep the Light Wheel enhancements. We'll keep all the early plays there. I think we just have to keep all the creatures. So what else do we want to cut? I guess we can cut Light Shield Parry as well. Keeping the Light Wheel enhancements. Keeping our 2 big vehicles. Keeping the armory because we want to crew the sloths in these vehicles. Maybe we do just get rid of the light wheel enhancements. I don't think they're particularly great with our early plays. Of course, that will make our Pride of the Road a lot worse, because we won't be starting our engines early. But I don't know what else we would cut. Could be fine with the Lotus Guard Disciples. We're gonna keep it, I think. But what's our final cut gonna be? Maybe we cut a land. Because we do have a couple ways to search for lands, and we don't really have much going on after 5 mana. And maybe we can get away with that. So basically, these two are taking the place of one of our lands. Alright. Well, let's get into the games then, and see how this goes. Matt Stone is our first opponent. Yeah, this is reasonable. Engine Rat for our opponent. Our opponent is blue-black. He's a Guidelight Optimizer. Attacking, huh? Alright, no blocks. Spin out on the Scurryfoot. Okay. Well, let's start our engines and go attacking for quite a bit of damage here. Joke's on you, opponent. I didn't have a 4th land. Diversion unit. And a Wretch Doll. Okay. Well, the armory is kind of coming at a nice time. No need to block that. Thornwood Falls, so our opponent is splashing green. The Sloth. Well, we can't play the sloth right now. Trade the Helm has cycling? Okay. The Spectacular Pileup has cycling too. Well, we need our opponent to tap out before we can play the pile up. Stall out, okay. Or at least not have a blue up. I don't really want to take 8 here. And I can't play the pile up. I can't block this thing because it has menace. The only thing I can do is use this to kill the flyer. Okay, well, we're still in this. There's a Gravestalker for our opponent. I don't need to block this. As long as there's no Pactile Terror, but I think our opponent would have slammed that already. Now we slam our thing. Give this double strike. And we win. That was cutting it close. Oh, and how about that? We're ranking up. Wolf Monster is our next opponent. He's a wolf and a monster. Sure, we'll board wipe. Engine Rat? I would love to board wipe an Engine Rat. Oh wait, it's gonna kill my Path Cruiser. Maybe I just don't need to play the Path Cruiser. Let's just wait and see what our opponent does. Opponent is Sultai colors. Lumbering World Wagon, that's what our opponent does. We'll just pass the turn here. Hazard of the Dunes, that's great. You will get to use the World Wagon. He's got 4 colors. And there's a Jungle Hollow. And there's a nice little 3-for-1 for us. Back on track, getting back the World Wagon. Well, that's not spectacular. Opponent's not the only one that can play a World Wagon. Aether Jacket for our opponent. And a Gravestalker. We might not get this one in. The ground is getting a little bit plugged up. And this thing can kill our World Wagon. Yep. Not much I can do about that. Okay, our opponent is also starting their engines. Nine, 4. Getting that back on track was brutal. Oh, I still can't even crew this. Oh, well, there's some removal. This would have been nice sooner. I can actually crew the 6-5 now. Wait, that's activate only as a sorcery. Darn it! I should have done that. There's a Wicker Folk as our opponent's final card. There's a Scurryfoot. But that's not quite going to cut it. Because they just equipped the flyer. And that's game. Yep. Okay, I would like to play the Bright Glass Gearhulk. We did pick it up. Maybe in the next game. Swift Switch is our next opponent. Though first we can keep this. There's the Mako. Trading. I did not see that coming. Mind Spring Merfolk, sure. Cycling. Alright. There's a Ride's End. Do I even do that? I think we just attack. Attack and be happy. I'm gonna get rid of this now before he gets to draw a bunch of cards. Memory Guardian for our opponent. Yeah, well, Bestow Greatness did do something. Howler's Heavy for our opponent. Things are getting desperate when they play that as a creature. Ooh. World Wagon. But is that even good here? I feel like just playing Ride's End and attacking. Because we can't even crew this yet. Aether Siphon for our opponent. He's going to try and draw his way out of this. I might just cycle the Spectacular Pile up now. Okay, just drawing more cards. Opponent has to make this block. Or have a bounce off. There's the bounce off. There is a non-zero chance I could get a Scurry Foot here. We have 3 of them in the deck. Alright, well that didn't happen. Aether Jacket for the opponent. And a Midnight Mangler. Problem is they have this Aether Siphon that's drawing them extra cards. Keen Buccaneer. This is crew 5. And a boosted sloop. Right now, this trades with 2 of their things. think we actually give it to the Lotus Guard Disciple and just threaten to win in the air next turn. Is that crazy? So otherwise they would have only blocked with one creature or vehicle. This way it gets rid of one of their card draws. Or at two, with two flyers facing them down. No blocks. That's a good sign. They're not at max speed yet. That's also a good sign. Thunderhead Gunner, oh. Ride's End. The Armory. Now I get double strike on something, but we don't have a big enough something. That Thunderhead Gunner really helped. Midnight Mangler. And a Hull Drifter. Alright. This is where I need Bestow Greatness. Oh, we've already used it. And we cycled away the spectacular pile up. Could I get my Gearhulk? There's only 16 cards left in my deck. One of them is a Gearhulk. Kick off the celebrations. Discarding a strategist. That gets him to max speed. Oh, come on, deck. Oh, there goes my Ride's End and Sloth. Steering mechanic. There's light wheel enhancements. Oh, the monument. And now we're just getting milled out. Yep. Yeah, we won a game at 1 life, and our opponent won a game at 1 life. I think we do need that other Bestow Greatness in here. Because we need cards that help us keep punching through. Light wheel enhancements just doesn't do enough. David Wilkins is our next opponent. His hand is rough, but we have to keep. We've got 3 Scurryfoots in the deck, so we have plenty of early plays. I mean, if you add our 1 and 2 mana plays, we reach the 6. I'm up for trading. Hazard of the Dunes. Hey, I found our Gearhulk. I found the Gearhulk. And we have the mana to cast it, too. Artifact, creature, or enchantment cards with 1 mana value or less. Boon Scholar for our opponent. Another Surveyor for our opponent. Alright. Ooh, the Armory. It's actually pretty good here. Maybe next turn we go Armory and Lotus Guard Disciple. So this turn... Yeah, let's just do this turn. And we'll just pass. Dracosaur Auxiliary. Sure. That's going to shoot our Scurryfoot. That's rude. That's 10 damage, but we have problems on the backswing doing that. We'll just go in for 6. I do have to be careful that Hazard of the Dunes can exhaust. As can the Boom Scholar. But if that's what our opponent is doing with their turn, it's probably a good sign for us. Collision Course. I could kill the Hazard right now. I don't think we need to. My attack is bigger. Someone's reading the armory to see that it gives me +1/+0 and vigilance on everything. In theory, we shouldn't be dying this turn. Samut! That's not good. $11,7 and $7,3. I don't crew with that. This block's here, this block's here. So these two? But what is the point of it? Alright, there we go. Alright, we're 2-2. Let's at least get to 3 wins. Well, we got to cast the break last Gearhulk that game. Thalen. Or the Lon. Any third land gets us the World Wagon, so we're going to keep this. And we've got the Gearhulk. Good news, we got the third land. Our opponent plays a night market on white. White, blue. Please play something. Ticket tortoise, sure. Take action, we'll get green for our Gearhulk. Though we might not be playing it next turn, I might want to just exhaust. Exhaust and swing with the World Wagon. Yeah, I don't hate that play. Cash in our 2-for-1 there. The board is clear besides our creatures, so that's a good thing. Sky Serpent Seeker. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want the Sky Serpent Seeker to be sticking around, getting our opponent extra lands. Now we have a Sloth in play, so that's good. And an Aether Jacket. We gotta get that Aether Jacket out of here. Before we play our Gearhulk. Swinging for 8, this is quite a bit of damage. And that's going to block the... Okay. That is fine with me. Another hull drifter. And opponent scoops it up. And we didn't get to play our Gearhulk that game, but that's okay. We got to 3 wins, so that's a good place to be. So now the worst that happens is I lose 500 gems on this draft, which isn't awful. By the way, up until now, that was another announcement I had. As of the first 17 drafts, I lost a total of 4,100 gems. If you average that out between the drafts, that comes out to like a 241 gem loss per draft. So not bad. It's about average for me. And I am enjoying this format. Double sloths, huh? Next turn we can exhaust this and then crew the World Wagon. In no world do I need to block this. What's this thing do? Discard a card, draw a card? That's fine. Next turn, the sloths come marching in. Yeah, sloths just come marching in. And our opponent is looking pretty far behind here. You have broken wings? Yeah, you're gonna need broken wings. Oh well. We don't get another land, but our opponent is down to 10. Scurryfoot for our opponent. I feel like we just attack with everything normally. This is... actually... put this here and it is lethal. Nice try, but I have Scrap Compactor. It is lethal. I guess that Bestow Greatness, my poo-pooing of that card in earlier drafts, it has been proving to be quite potent. I mean, +4/+4 in Trample is quite a lot. Quite a big boost. Even though it is 3 mana in this format, I don't think that's a problem. Opie Lee is our next opponent. This hand looks bad, but I don't want to mulligan it because we can play pretty much anything we draw, including the Gearhulk. But who knows where that Gearhulk is in our deck. We have the armory with none of our vehicles or mounts. We have lands for days. Howl Squad Heavy. I feel like that always comes up when I don't have... Well, I guess I do have an answer to it. We gotta do this now, because otherwise this just gets out of hand. We're up against Gruul. We also drew another land, so that's not spectacular. Now our opponent is ramping. I am terrified. I could probably use Spectacular Pile-Up in this matchup. I could definitely use some sort of removal here. No, we just get more land. Well, we've drawn 3 land this game, because we kept a hand with 4 land. I mean, I've got 2 Ride's Ends. Oh, do you have Bestow Greatness? We got a block. Burner Rocket, that's not too bad. Hazard to the Dunes, that's not what I wanted to see. We need Spectacular Pile-Up, and we didn't get it. Actually, I think we're dead to the Rex. Yeah, we're dead to the Rex. If we had Spectacular Pile-Up there, that would have brought us right back into the game. Because we'd get rid of all of this. Opponent would have 1 card in hand. But no, we found a lot of lands and our hand was quite slow. Well, that's okay. We got to 4 wins, meaning this draft only cost 100 gems. And we got 2 mythics out of the deal, the Last Ride and the Gearhulk. Overall, deck didn't feel particularly great, but it had some tools going for it. Had the World Wagon, the Path Cruiser, 2 Sloths Armory. We had some removal Ride's End. We of course had the Gearhulk package. Oh yeah, we had Collision Course as well. Bestow Greatness I have a newfound respect for. And Spectacular Pile-Up was... well, it was just okay. I think it'd be better in a more controlling shell, which is not what you get from green-white. But we'll claim our prize. And for now, I'll take my leave.